In this episode, we will be introduced to a very short chess game. We will also learn how to write it in algebraic notation. For those who are completely new to chess, a match like this can happen. Suppose two beginners, beginner 1 and the other beginner 2, start playing. In the first move, white moves the pawn on the f2 square to the f3 square. We will write this move as f3 because there is no symbol for a pawn. We only need to write the symbol of the square where the pawn sits. Now black moves the pawn on the e7 square to the e5 square. We will write this move as e5. There will be a space in between. Now the second move, if white moves the pawn on the g2 square to the g4 square, we will write this move as g4. Now black can move the queen to the h4 square. We will write this move as queen h4. The queen has been moved, so the queen is on the h4 square, so the queen is on the h4 square. Now notice that the black queen and the white king are attacked. That is, check, white has to check back, but white has no piece with which to capture the black queen. No piece can be placed between the queen and the king to create an obstacle. Again, the king cannot be taken to a safe square. There are pieces in all the squares where the king could have gone. The king cannot move them to sit on these squares. That is, the king cannot be out of danger. So we will call this move checkmate, and we will put a number sign at the end of the move. Since black has won, we will end the notation by writing 0-1. Analyzing the game, we will see that white's g4 move was terrible. So 2 question marks can be given for this move. If g4 can be given instead of f3 on the first move, then checkmate can be given in 2 moves. But white can never checkmate in 2 moves. If white wants to checkmate white, it has to wait until the third move. On the first move, white can checkmate e4, black f5, or f6. Then white can checkmate black with any move such as d4, black g5, then queen h5. In the game, we can learn that white's weak square on the chessboard is f2, and black's weak square is f7. This pawn should not be moved at the beginning of the game. In this way, the opponent can make any plan centered on this square. Again, these 2 squares are protected by the king. If 2 power players from each side attack these 2 squares, then only the king will not be able to protect them. In the beginning, these squares have to be supported to be strengthened.